Keen to explore pastures new, Drew and T are heading to the UK's third largest city to see a pair of veteran dealers they've never met before.
Right, we're in Leeds, T. We're off to see Ralph and Richard, and they've been running an antique shop here in Leeds for over 40 years. Who knows what we're going to find. Somebody's been in the business that long. They must have a decent knowledge, so hoping we're going to find something really good, actually. City centre shops are generally quite good.
Originally a small market town, Leeds boomed throughout the Industrial Revolution and was known as the city that made everything. Today it's a cosmopolitan centre for music, arts and culture. Just north of the city centre is Retro Boutique, an antique shop brimming with quirky decorative objects and designer furniture. It's run by long-term friends Richard Ray and Ralph Byrne.
We like furniture from the mid-20th century. We do have quite a good selection.
I've always been interested in decorative items and unusual items and where they came from and the story behind them.
Hello.
Hi, Drew.
Hello there.
Ralph.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm
Richard.
I'm Richard.
How are you?
Hello,
Hey,
nice to see you.
Can we have the full £4 tour?
Yeah, well,
Yeah. About this way.
we're doing it for £2.50.
£2.50. Marvellous. We'll
I
take
think
that
you
one.
need a three-piece gourmet set in your life.
Oh, that's very you. Would you like that for Christmas?
I'm getting something for Christmas.
Well, it's coming out your wages, but yeah. What I do like about shops like this, particularly this one, is that it's rammed. Every surface is completely covered. Gives the chance of finding something, you know, gives us a bit more of a go, possibly, you know. How long have you guys been here, then?
Oh, we started in 1971.
Really?
Yeah, we had a little shop over the road.
God, 1971, I was 1.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're only a teeny bopper, aren't
I know. What I'm hoping to find, ideally, is a little bit of old sort of... something from the sort of Leeds industrial age. I think that would be what I'd particularly like. I like that. That's good.
Church.
That's an old chapel chair.
Have we got any more of those?
We did have quite a few. That's the only one we got left. It's very nice.
Bent ply, isn't it?
Yeah, steamed. Is it a bit low? No, that's all right. Yeah.
It's just a very beautifully made chair.
Yeah. It's a shame you haven't got a pair. I would say late 60s, early 70s. What I quite like is it's just designed as a simple stacking chair and also a chair that interlocks, so for churches, and it's got a little Bible rack on the back of it. Just very, very well designed and very well made as well. I thought, oh, brilliant, there's going to be 20 or 30 of these things and we can, you know, really pay for the day. There's only one left. I've come here too late. How much is that one?
20.
Oh, I'll buy it for that.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Lovely, thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah, it's a great one.
Marvellous. I'm quite disappointed, to be honest with you. If I could have bought 4 or 6 or 8 of these, ideally even numbers, you can charge a bit more for that type of thing, a bit more exclusive. So, tell me about this, then.
That is...
An old industrial style.
Industrial.
Yeah, it's Evertort.
Oh, OK.
Yeah, it's an odd one. I've not seen that style before.
You obviously want a bit of TLC.
We'll put a new seat
It is
on it.
slightly worn, you know, but...
Yeah, there's a
one
rip,
careful lady
there's a
owner.
rip there, isn't there? You have noticed. Might need a bit of restoration.
Maybe that's the new look, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
One thing they've got in the shop that doesn't seem to fit in with everything else because it needs loads of work doing to it is an Evertort factory stool. And it's quite a tall one. It's got a really cool square seat with some lovely old red vinyl. It's completely had it. But it's got a footrest that's really worn. It's never been cleaned, polished, overdone, sandblasted, stripped, any of those things. It's got factory paint on it. And it's a great size.
Established in Birmingham in 1933, Evertort was an iconic brand at the heart of British industry, whose stools could be found on factory floors and in workshops all over the country. Made in the late 1940s, this particular model is rare in its design, with signs of age to the original paint adding to its character. After some much-needed restoration to the seat pad, it could be worth around £200.
How much is that then in that state?
That state to you, 75.
Oof, dear, really? I think 50's a bit more.
Well, we'll split it,
65.
69 and a half. No, 60...
No, 65.
60 quid.
60 quid?
60 quid, go on.
60 quid.
60 quid.
Marvellous, thank
All
you.
right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
OK.
Right, Marvellous, yeah, I can do something with that. Got it for 60 quid, which is all the money for that one, it really is. But I think it's only going to cost sort of 20 quid to have that top reupholstered. We've probably got some material. That's a pretty good profit then. It's a desirable little thing. Yeah, T, look at all this. Remember going to these retro clothing places and buying this sort of thing? There's nothing me and T like better than messing about. Oh, dear.
Christmas sorted.
Oh, that's horrible. And messing about with old clothes is very high up on our list of things to do.
This time next year, we'll be millionaires.
So I've gone peasant and you've gone Del Boy.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm buying that. That's great.
Good.
New look complete, it's back downstairs to see what other mid-century classics Drew can get a deal on.
Well, I like these. I'd
What are
loads
they?
of these. Love these glove moulds.
You've had a lot of them.
Love them.
I can't get any. The finished now. I bought all the lot from a factory
Yeah.
in Stoke-on-Trent in Burslem that made industrial rubber gloves.
Have you got any that
No.
are sort of set on their base still?
I've got one set in the window there.
One thing I did see in here is some ceramic glove moulds. People like these things. Everybody's got, generally, some jewellery, a watch, a scarf that they want to hang up, and that's where they end up, on people's dressing tables and side tables. Ah, I see. It's broken, so it's just the one, because we don't have another one to replace that one, do we? No.
You'd have to get that hand off there. There's just one
Swap
single
it over
hand. Yeah,
with
yeah.
the other one. These have got a couple of things going for them. The height is good on these. There's quite a few of them, and they're on a base. They're on the factory base. That does help a little bit with them. They're easier to sell in pairs, and we've got, I think, one pair is the only one we have here. The rest are singles.
These moulds are made of ceramic. Completely original and charming in their simplistic design, they date back to the early 1950s. They can be used as hat and jewellery stands or interesting decorative objects. With their manufacturing history and assured provenance, they could be worth around £800.
How about cheeky bid, 400 quid for all of it?
I can't do it. No.
No?
No.
Salvage Supremo Drew Pritchard is visiting a pair of new contacts at their vintage shop in Leeds.
This time next year, we'll be millionaires.
But the gloves are off as he's trying to clinch a deal on a selection of moulds that came from a factory in Stoke-on-Trent.
What's the best you can do if I took them all?
550. That's the best.
Don't know if there's anything left to go, really, with those, is there? 500?
I can't do it, no, Drew. It
Really?
has to be 550.
That tight?
It is, yeah, it is.
Go on, let's have a deal at 550.
550.
I'm sure I can.
Okay, it's
There's
good.
a turn on
You
it.
will, you will.
Price-wise, we're cutting it very, very fine. We'll see how we go. I think what we might do is swap some of these around onto those bases. There's a profit in it, but it's slight. Well, today we've come to a shop I've not been to before. Managed to buy some bits that there's a turn on them. It's always important to come to dealers that you've never met before. For the one reason is then you're on their radar. That if they see something that might be you, they're not, you know, they think, well, I know him now, I've met him. It's all right to get in contact. We get a couple of hundred emails a day with people offering us all sorts of stuff, and I might buy one thing. So it's very tricky to find what I really want to buy. Sorted?
Yeah.
Not too difficult.
No.
Right, thanks, chaps. Much
Yeah,
appreciated.
thank you. Lovely
Pleasure.
to meet you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
After the drive back to HQ, it's time to get the items off the van.
Hello.
Hello. Hi. So we've just been up north, went to Leeds, got this.
That's
So,
a lovely shape.
60 quid.
Drew's come back with yet another Evertort stool. That seat pad has certainly seen a lot of bottoms. It's virtually disappeared. So we'll get that straight down to Craig, and he'll put a sort of green leatherette on it.
Chapel chair, steamed ply, black leatherette. Fabulous, isn't it? And they lock together, stack, everything.
Oh, how many
20
have you-
quid.
How many have you got?
One.
He says they all stack on top of each other. Well, there was only one. So how do you stack one on top of itself? But one's better than none. £20. Can't buy anything for £20 nowadays.
Ah, yes.
Oh, good. We haven't had these for ages. How do you do? Glove moulds. They look odd, But that's their charm. We've had them in the past, and they fly out.
When I first bought them, I thought, we're not going to make any money on these, and now I'm looking at them thinking, actually, we will.
I think we will.
I think we will.
Especially having a stand.
Yeah.
They're just weird.
Established in Birmingham in 1933, Evertort was an iconic brand at the heart of British industry, whose stools could be found on factory floors and in workshops all over the country. Made in the late 1940s, this particular model is rare in its design, with signs of age to the original paint adding to its character. After some much-needed restoration to the seat pad, it could be worth around £200.
How much is that then in that state?
That state to you, 75.
Oof, dear, really? I think 50's a bit more.
Well,
Yeah,
we'll split it,
65.
69 and a half. No, 60,
No,
60
65.
quid.
60 quid?
60 quid, go on.
60 quid.
60 quid.
Marvellous, thank
All
you.
right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
okay.
Right, marvellous, yeah, I can do something with that. Got it for 60 quid, which is all the money for that one, it really is. But I think it's only going to cost sort of 20 quid to have that top reupholstered. We've probably got some material. That's a pretty good profit then. It's a desirable little thing. Yeah, T, look at all this. Remember going to these retro clothing places and buying this sort of thing? There's nothing me and T like better than messing about. Oh, dear.
Christmas sorted.
Oh, that's horrible. And messing about with old clothes is very high up on our list of things to do.
This time next year, we'll be millionaires.
So I've gone peasant and you've gone Del Boy.
Yeah, yeah,
Cool. I'm buying that. That's great.
good.
New look complete, it's back